everybody, I'm Lisa Greenwood here at Winter's House with the Crown Bee, and we are here in the forest getting ready to tap a tree. Why am I tapping a tree? Well, for two reasons. Normally, we make our own maple syrup here at Winter's House. We have over 130 different types of maple trees, and we really love to make our own maple syrup. If you've not participated in making maple syrup, it is so much fun. We have a big wood. You ever have days you can't talk? Maybe this is why I need to stop water. We have a wood burning evaporator that we make the maple syrup and evaporate it down to that wonderful, dark, lovely maple syrup. If you've never had the real deal, you're missing out. Try to get your hands on some. It's amazing. You'll never go back to the stuff that you can get in the grocery store. This stuff is incredible. Today, we're going to tap the tree to drink it because we're all a little run down coming out of the holidays. It's been a tough season for sure. My dad passed away on the 12th, and it's been tough. It's been really tough. I'm not going to lie. I'm really struggling with his loss. And so I got up today and I'm like, you know what? I think we all need some sap water, and it's a great hydrator. The old days, they called it nature's Gatorade. Basically, it was their spring tonic or elixir, and it's got amazing trace minerals and vitamins and all sorts of good stuff, potassium, magnesium, calcium, so many good things that you'll benefit from drinking this for sure. How do you tell if you have a maple tree? Do you see how the bottom of the leaves are kind of crinkled up from, do you see how it's flatter here at the bottom? And it sort of looks like a hand. You know, it's like the leaves are spread out. That's a sugar maple, and that's what we're going for because it has a higher sugar content, about 2%. Now you can tap a silver or a black maple 100%, and their leaves look more like this. They're more straight up, kind of sticking up and a little bit more jiggity jaggedy, and those like very wet soil. We have some growing down near our creek. Again, they're lower sugar content, so when we're making the maple syrup, I usually don't go for those because you want the higher sugar content for your syrup. It takes about 40 gallons to make 1 gallon of syrup. So it's a lot, it's quite a bit of work, but it's so fun. We have a wood burning evaporator, and the kids and grandkids come, and I make a big pot of chili, and we roast marshmallows. We have quite a big time, so it's really enjoyable. But right now, we're on a mission to feel better, and so we're going to drink the sap water. We're tapping it today because we've hit a temperature window that is perfect. And it's gotta be about 40 degrees during the day, below freezing, and that positive pressure inside the tree will make the fluctuation of the sap water inside, and that's what we're trying to get in there. You'll need a few things to be able to tap your tree. You need a drill to be able to get into the tree. This is a 5/8 drill bit, and you'll want nothing bigger for sure because you'll damage your tree. I'll show you exactly the position that I put it in, but you will go no deeper than 2 inches. I like to stay at 1 3/4 inches, and it'll help you if you're just beginning to eyeball it a little bit better, to put a little piece of tape so you don't go past that tape, and that's a great way to make sure you don't go deeper because you will damage your tree. The other thing you'll need is a spile. My hands are so cold. I should have gotten gloves. And this is a very old one that I bought in the very beginning, and it's still my favorite. I hunt for these off eBay all the time. And this is a more modern one. This is, I believe this is from Tap Your Trees as well, which I'll show you in a minute is where I got the bucket. And this little hook, make sure that you get those. That's where your bucket will hang from. These are from Tap My Trees, and no, they're not a sponsor, but I wish they were. And these are a great bucket. I love it. I upgraded to a bigger bucket a couple years ago, and then here's the type of lid that we're going to use, and it just sits on top, and you just open it up, and then you can get your water. Part of the vintage ones that I got, and I have to tell you, these are so sweet when it snows and the snow sits on top, and they look like little houses. So these are great too to tap it in. I usually try to remember to get a hammer, but sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I use a rock, but you're gonna have to be gentle tapping that in. And in the old days, these spiles used to be made out of cast iron. And if you hit these babies too hard, they would shatter. So you're tapping very slowly and gently. And also too, you don't want to be too rough, you'll split your tree. So you need to be very careful. You also want to make sure that your tree is bigger than 12 inches around. We have about, I don't know, over 130 at least different maple tree species here. Predominantly sugar maples for sure. You can also hang multiple buckets on your tree. It's getting ready to rain, so I'll go a little bit quicker. 6 inches apart, and when you come back the next year to drill or tap another part of the tree, make sure it's 6 inches apart, because you don't want to go in that same wound that you're creating. We're going to get started. I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you an up-close view of how we're going to tap this baby. Also too, before we start, another great way to identify your maple is you'll see these spots and it looks just like a little spotted dog. These are called tar spots. I don't know if you can see, oh, here's one. These are called tar spots, and they're not harmful for the tree at all, but it's another great way to identify your maple. Also too, we're drilling in over a root and we're drilling under a limb. So we're tapping into the vein of the tree. We're also tapping into the south side of the tree. That'll get the most warmth throughout the day to help that pressure fluctuation that we're looking for today. Okay, so we're gonna drill in, and I'm going to drill at an angle. I'm going to drill here. I'm gonna drill right here. And I'm over my root, and I'm gonna see how I have it angled, and that'll help when you're tapping your spile in. So I'm gonna go right in here. Okay, and then you're simply going to hang your bucket right on the hook, just like that. And then you're going to slide this part through here. This will slide through the spile, and then we'll add our bucket lid, and there you have it. Okay, we have our bucket set, and all we have to do is now wait. It's already starting to drip, so maybe by this evening we'll have enough to make a lovely glass of water or a wonderful cup of tea, and then tomorrow it'll be really flowing. Also too, before we go in to make tea, I wanted to thank you guys for all your wonderful comments on my home tour. It just melted my heart, and I read every single one of them. Thank you so much for all the love. Thank you for everybody that subscribed. Oh my goodness, it was like a Christmas miracle. Thank you so very much for your sweetness. Hang around, you'll love this channel. I got a lot of fun things coming up, and you never know what we're going to be doing here at Winter's House, so make sure you hit your notification.